Here Robles, Chica de la Ola Ola, you're facing off against Tiffany Avatar, Kaiju Pro Wrestling. What are your thoughts going into that match?
First of all, this should come as no surprise as I had won the #1 contendership back in March. And you guys know the Phoenix title is blue, and I have a beautiful red belt from Warrior Breed Wrestling. And you guys know red, blue, and the star of the island, La Chica del Ola Ola, would make a great flag of representation carrying more titles back home. God knows that title seriously needs a vacation with me.
All right, so what are your thoughts for Tiffany?
She's the cotton candy princess. She's so used to getting sweet and everything. She's gonna get cavities not only on her tooth, but she's gonna get a really, really bad heartache when she loses that title. So girl, I don't even know why you're trying. Like, you're double shotted. What are you doing?
All right, make sure you get your tickets for Kaiju Pro Wrestling in Bristol, Connecticut.
You better get your tickets.
Nair, we were supposed to wrestle the last Kaiju show, and things didn't go as planned. But I don't want you to worry about this show because the princess is 100% ready to go. And while you want to sit there and talk about, oh, I'm going to take your title because I think it would look good with my colors, there is nobody better at matching colors than your favorite princess, the cotton candy princess. And that's me, Tiffany Avatar. So while you want to talk about how my title would look good with yours, I actually think that your titles would look good with my white title and my Phoenix blue title. So since you're not the one putting your title on the line, we'll cross that for another day. But in the meantime, at Kaiju on Sunday, August 25th, you are not getting your hands anywhere near the princess's property because I worked too hard for it, and you are just simply not in Candyland, so you can't beat me.
Who taught you how to rap?
Well, I spent some time working at McDonald's, and part of like your training is like you gotta take the things and you gotta like fold them the right way, you gotta wrap them the right way. So like I didn't last very long, as you could tell. I just wasn't. It wasn't for me. Like it wasn't for me. It's not for everybody. I'm currently jobless outside professional wrestling, so I really hope that this takes off because the cardboard box like just isn't keeping me insulated at night anymore.
You need to put your priorities in.
You think I should go back to McDonald's?
No.
You think Ronald will take me back? Ronald.
Grimace.
Yeah. Well, Grimace is working with the Mets now. So do you think I could get a job with the Mets?
Probably
get a good job with
probably be in the starting lineup for the Mets.
Starting lineup for the Mets? I'll take that.
I don't think that's going to work.
You don't think that's gonna? Why don't you think it's gonna work?
I don't think it's going to work. Anyway.
I just want to say that it was super rude of you to walk away from me early.
You're talking to the New York State champion. You're going to have to pay up.
Do you take Kale?
Dude, goodbye.
Whipwreck, Cation, doesn't matter.
We'll see what happens, but it looks like we have a special guest.
Get my earplugs on.
No.
You was looking for Tina, and then you talk about people.
Dominate tonight, all right? The Dirty Deeds, they got nothing.
We're going to have the new Starlet Champion. What's going on?
Hi, I am fearless princess, so why not team up?
All right, now just announced by Mr. Joel Maximo for February.
Finisher is called the Shadow Ban, and I was like, that's kind of.
Hold on. Let me speak. Okay?
But today I got a very special guest. I got the great.
Welcome to Beyond the Barricade. I am your host, Papa Denk, the one and only Papa Denk, just so you know. And before we start with our very special guest tonight, next week is NWA week. And we just had a blockbuster announcement earlier and through all my socials here at Papa Denk and Beyond the Barricade. And the chief operating officer and the lead announcer of the NWA, Joe Galley, will be joining me this Tuesday at noon Eastern Standard Time. You're definitely not going to want to miss that, as NWA is going to Philadelphia on the 31st. And they got a special announcement coming that day from Philadelphia. So you don't want to miss NWA. Get your tickets if you're in the Philly area. And come and stay tuned and watch Joe Galley chat with me, as well as other NWA stars and NWA talent that's coming to Philly. All right, let me bring to you my very special guest. It's been a long time coming. I've been wanting him to come on the podcast, and finally the stars and the moons aligned, and we got him on the show. So let me bring to you the one, the only Isaiah Wolf.
Hey, what's up, man?
Going on? How you doing tonight?
I'm good. I'm good.
Now I think our paths have crossed in all the various events that we probably attend, and I think I've seen you from the distance, but we haven't really been face to face though.
I know, man. When I'm on a show, when I'm at the show and I'm performing, it's like hectic and whatnot between what I got to do in the ring and then
Right.
outside the ring, and then just interacting with like some of the fans that's there and stuff like that. So like I'm
Laser
extremely
focused.
stretched thin. Yeah, I'm laser focused, and then I'm extremely stretched thin.
I got you. No worries. But this Saturday, you are coming to NYWC.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I will not be here at this show because I will not be in town. But I always support NWC, and they're such a great organization, and you're in a big match.
Oh my yeah.
You are
Yeah.
in a 4-way with A1G, Satanta Fury, and Travis Jacobs.
Yeah.
Now, tell me how this came to be and what it all means for the winner.
For what it means for the winner is I get an immediate shot at the Fusion Championship title, held by Giovanni. And to be quite honest, I'm just like, it's time to take that title off that young man because everyone knows I'm always gold hunting when it comes to promotions and whatever happens. I like just to bring titles back with me. I'm a gold collector. I can't help it. I'm addicted to championships, and if it proves that I'm the best, I want to have that. So that's one of the titles I'm having my eye on thus far.
All right, now tell me about the competitors in this match. Have you ever had any interactions with them before this match?
Santana Fury, nah, this will be my first interaction with him. A1G, nope. The only person I can actually say I've actually been in a ring with is Travis Jacobs. And if history repeats itself, I will be having that Fusion 1 title match following. Because thus far, I am 2-0 victorious against Travis Jacobs.
Wow. Now, the winner of the match will face Giorgio Lawrence, who's developed a bad attitude recently, man. He took out his best friend.
Honestly speaking, ain't nothing a sweet tooth can't handle, so I ain't really too concerned. I'm not. I've been in the game for far too long to not let anything deter me from what I need to accomplish. And if this young man think he's ready, then he better pick his spots and pick his opportunities because the moment I'm standing still or I'm standing up, it's gonna be a fair fight no matter who I got to go through in the same night.
All right, now let's talk about some other things before we dive into your history. Now you'll be back from vacation at Pro Wrestling Magic as you're going up against Troy Locke and Azrael. Tell me about this match.
Since coming back from injury, I was making sure that I've already shown that Prolific can do anything that we want to do, and we can take over any division. We were the inaugural trios champ. Yep, Prolific versus the World. Myself, Marcus Marquis, Tyree Taylor, Ruthless Lala, A.R. Jones. This will be my first singles gold if I win it at Pro Wrestling Magic with more to come. But it's just like, I wanted to submit my legacy and I wanted to just prove that, everywhere I go, I win championships. And to have my first singles title at Pro Wrestling Magic would be kind of dope because I've been there for quite some time. I've been there for the relaunch with my brothers and stuff like that. And it's just time.
And
I'm a bad dude, so why not?
I got also be seen IWTV.
Yeah, I faced Azrael before. Intense competitor. All of a sudden, I've watched him for many years coming up in the game. If anyone from the New York area knows about Az, he ain't no joke. Troy Locke, yeah, up and coming, fierce. The brother, he's intense. And he's a fighting champion because anyone that wants to step in the ring against me, especially when they're building a line with my track history, knows that is a risk. What makes me laugh about this is I'm technically the biggest junior heavyweight in this division, so I might as well just dominate.
Might as well dominate and take out your opponents.
Yeah.
All right, now let's delve into your history a little bit. Tell me how you fell in love with professional wrestling.
3 years old, uh, playing with my little random action figures that weren't wrestling figures just yet. They were just some random things that my dad bought. One night, one Saturday night, I see my dad on the floor watching wrestling. I think it was a Royal Rumble, and I just like saw him really like engage with it. And my pops was my first ever hero. I wanted to figure out what he was watching so I could watch it with him.
Right.
And then I just see him watching WWF. So I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna watch this too. And the next thing I know, I want to become an added fan, and I started watching it more than him. And I'm telling him what's happening. I'm like, oh, Dad, you gotta believe that. Trust me, this is crazy.
Right.
And then after that, it kind of just took a life of its own, and I just like followed it since 3 to my teenage years. Well, I wasn't allowed to be as open as I am now about being a wrestling fan. Because at that time, being a wrestling fan, like he was like,
you have to keep it
you watch
quiet.
wrestling, like,
Right.
Now it's like I tell people what I do. They're like, "Oh, snap! Like WWE, like The Rock and Stone Cold." I'm like, yeah, get out of here. It was like Instagram. Here you go. It was like,
there you go.
That's crazy. And I was just like, hey,
it's crazy. So who was your favorite growing up?
Oh man, Bret Hart, technically sound. He was like that was the first person out. Like for some reason, he just resonated with me. I don't know why. I cannot explain it. He was like, yo, I saw Bret, and it just like instantaneously clicked. As I got older, then it was just like, all right. And I started to dip my toe in like outside of like WWF. I was watching like WCW,
right.
And then like I came across ECW, and then it was just like I was a Sabu guy. Then I was like a Rob Van Dam guy, and then when ECW went down, I became a Ring of Honor guy, and then I was like, hold up, these guys are like I can see these guys. I'm like, that's crazy. Like this is right. The indies, and I was like 17, 16. I'm just like, damn, okay.
Like wow, right.
Hold up. I'm like, all right, hold up. I think I'm feeling this. From Nigel McGuinness to Loki to Homicide to my OG Prince Nana, who was pretty much a big part of my development as I broke into the business and stuff like that. And then I found TNA, and then I just became an avid AJ Styles fan and all those X Division guys, and it was just like, okay,
wow,
I'm around this now, and I'm like, I got to do this.
All right, now tell me where you went to go train. Who were your trainer or trainers, and what you thought during your initial training?
It's crazy because I was always an I always consider myself an athlete from playing high school collegiate sports and whatnot. So like conditioning was never a problem. It was just more the lines of taking that first bump. Like I was like, okay. Like now I couldn't show it, but I was like, this. I'm like, all right, light work. But when I got home, I was like,
whoa.
Let me lay down. Luckily for me, I had the day off for work the following day, so I just laid on my couch and I didn't move.
I bet.
I didn't move. I was so busy trying, show that I could do this, and like the first day everyone gets their ass whooped and stuff like that. Luckily for me, I was just I just got put through the conditioning and bump it until you can't bump no more type of ordeal and learning your roles. But initially, I broke in with Johnny Rods. I did that for a while, and then I had to take some time off, get some things refocused, and I went to Warriors of Wrestling and did that for a while, and then I was like, you know what, it's time for me to leave. Then I just went to different camps and just learned, wanted to make myself worldly, and just went from New England Wrestling Academy, then to CZW, and then it was just like I learned a lot from just going out and abroad, and then having my time in Germany and in London, and all of a sudden,
wow,
the Amsterdam, Holland. It was just like, all right, and Canada. So it was like, you know what, like having all these different experiences kind of like molded me to the performer and to the to the wrestler I am now.
Which was your favorite country to be in? And why?
Europe was dope. I honestly like. I love Germany. I'm like I like their crowd because their crowd is very honest. Because they've seen it all, so it's like you have to make things make sense.
Right.
You can't just do spots for the sake of doing spots and think that's going to get us to engage with you because the German audience, the German people are just right there in your face.
Right.
But I definitely love the Amsterdam crowd. Yeah, Netherlands showed me like love. I haven't like it was like I haven't seen an audience in quite some time. They were just locked in, engaged. And it was my first time wrestling in front of like a crowd that big. It was like this skate park that held like around 2,000 people, and they got like 2,000 people just chanting my name. At first, they couldn't. At first, they couldn't say Isaiah, and they thought the wolf was me barking until they realized that's my last name.
Right.
And then at the end of the night, it was just like, at the end of the match, it was just like, yo, the crowd erupts, woof, 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 and it was like, yo, just taking pictures with the audience and crowd out there. It was just surreal. It was like, yo, all this hard work that I'm doing thus far is, this is like the outcome that you want to get, and I got it in tenfold.
All right. Now we got some fan questions, but I want to ask you, what was it like eating the European food compared to American food?
McDonald's was healthier.
Really?
Yeah.
What was so healthy about the McDonald's over there?
I could have a burger and I didn't feel like that bloated feeling. I was like, it's weird. The one thing I will say is they don't have ice out there. Like the ice, like they didn't have ice where I was at. Their philosophy is if the drink is cold, why put ice in it? I'm just like,
right.
Well, when you've been around like fast food for the majority of all your life, they just put ice in your drink, automatically. So it was just like, you get used to it. I'm just like, and with them, it's like, but the drink is cold, so.
But it warms up quickly.
Yeah, so I was like, it's like, and even with that response, they were like, "Why are you babysitting the drink then?" And I was like, "Okay,
whoa,
all right." Cool.
Now, did McDonald's use real beef compared to the beef that we get out here?
Honestly, I didn't try there. I didn't go for the beef burgers. I went with I went with the chicken sandwich, and I was like, let's see. I was like, I still got to go train after eating this because this is like one of my lunch breaks during I'm training at WXW. So like I'm there for like 8 hours training. We would train from like 12 in the afternoon to like 8 or like 9 o'clock at night. So we would have do 4 hours, like 2 hours intermediate, like during certain techniques, cardio and conditioning, and then like mat based wrestling, and then agility drills and stuff like that. And then within that 4 hours, little half an hour break, and then little weight room training, and then straight back in the ring and stuff like that. So it was like it was a full-time job, but the times that I don't take for granted.
Very strict, huh?
I wouldn't even say strict. It was just discipline. You had about 12 of us there,
that's the better word. Discipline.
Yeah, it was discipline. So like I knew when I got out there, it wasn't like a vacation for me. I knew what the task was. My task was to showcase my talent abroad. The time, within the time frame I'm gonna be there, I'm like, yo, I'm not really having to worry about going to work like that. So like, all I got to do is just train, wrestle, work out. So I was like, yo, that's kind of what you want to do anyway. But it was like, all right. So it was like, all right, cool. This is it just dedicated me to just it made me a lot better for those 4 weeks that I was there. It put me ahead of a lot more people back home.
Awesome. All right, let's get to those questions real quick. Robert Fulton says, "How long have you been wrestling?"
9 years. 9 years. Yeah, 9 going on, I believe 10 years. My wrestling anniversary will be September 25th.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you. And my first match was November 15th. 4 weeks training.
Wow. 4 weeks.
Yeah.
That's the fastest match I've ever heard of anybody training. Wow. That's awesome. That's an accomplishment. All right. Serena says, what's the one promotion locally that you haven't wrestled for and that you want to wrestle for?
Uh, I haven't wrestled for Hog. I have not wrestled for House of Glory yet.
Okay.
That is a check
Bucket
mark
list.
on my resume that I would like to have happen. It just I have friends. I have friends in HOG. I know a lot of people that came from the HOG system and stuff like that. But I was like, I've done everything else in New York. It's just HOG is like the last like cherry on top of New York City promotions.
Okay. Now, what about opponents? Any opponents in the locally that you want to wrestle that you haven't come across yet?
Yeah, Santana, Mike Santana. I'm like, he's a Bronx dude. I'm a Brooklyn dude. Anyone that knows that already, like, it kind of like writes itself. So like,
Right.
everybody feels like the Bronx has an attitude, and everybody in Brooklyn feels like like. So I was like, it just works well. So it's like it writes itself, and I'm like, believe it or not, my first match, Mike Santana and his tag partner Ortiz were on that card.
Really?
Wrestling the world's greatest tag team, Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Good stuff. Is this your first time in Long Island doing a show in Long Island with NYWC?
Nah, I've been at NYWC for the past I would say 4 or 5 months now.
Okay.
Yeah, so like it was cool, man. Like I like to say the prolific trickles down really well. So when one does good, we all do good. So like like, yeah. Like Mike Mastretta, we was in Germany with him. Mike pretty much put us on. Me and him had like a match out in Germany, and it just like we had a good chemistry. So when the opportunity presented itself, he vouched for myself and Ruthless Lala to come to NYWC.
Right.
Dates lined up. Dates lined up when it was time for us to showcase. We got a showcase. We were there. Like unfortunately, things took a turn for the worse when she broke her hip. But it was like, okay, that doesn't stop what we need to do or what I need to do. So it's like, yo, I just gotta kill it.
Yeah. Now she's bouncing back quick because I saw her at recombination. She looks pretty good to me.
I was like, yeah, man, like it was no non-surgery procedure. It's just time. And it's like, honestly speaking, I feel like when you go at it so much, when you like constantly on a go, like your body's gonna break down. So like eventually you're gonna need to reset it. It happens to all of us, and and as much as we hate being hurt, or being injured, it's like you gotta wrestle a little bit. Sometimes I gotta tell myself that at the same time.
Yeah, 100%. All right, let everybody know what you like to do for fun. Is there any hobbies do you have?
That's weird.
What do you mean? I collect Funko Pops.
I'm like, nah, I what I do now is just like, yo, my time is just if it's not between what I do to pay the bills, it's gym, film study. I might watch a few comedy clips and stuff like that. Just get a nice little laugh. A good laugh helps out the day. It helps the soul. Or maybe I might watch movies with the missus, or just PlayStation. That's the therapy a little bit. Yeah, chilling with the kids and PlayStation.
Ray Sanchez wants to know why he's your favorite tag team partner.
Shut up, Ray. We are technically 1-0 as a tag team, so yeah.
Robert says, how do you lean as a good guy or a bad guy? I guess which one do you prefer? Face or heel?
It don't matter. I'm like, I know I'm probably gonna hear this from a Long Island legend himself, but I'm a tweener. I am a tweener, Max. Yeah, I got that from Max Caster.
From Caster.
Yeah, yeah. Me and him, we wrestled back then, so it was like back when we told people to touch tees with him. Buffoon. But yeah, like nah, but I like as a babyface, I get to engage with the fans a little bit more.
Right.
Like all of a sudden, like I'm in the crowd intermission. I am talking to kids. I'm talking to fans. I'm doing what I got. I'm getting to be a little bit more, people friendly as opposed to me being a heel. Like I'm still a heel in the crowd and whatnot. I'm still gonna engage with you, but expect a snarky ass response when you're talking to me. So like and stuff like that, while also me trying to tell you to buy my merch,
Right.
stuff like that.
Now, where can they get the great merch?
Pro wrestling tees, yeah, pro wrestling tees, prolific army.
Number one destination, pro wrestling tees.
Yeah, we are also working on a prolific website where all of a sudden you can buy prolific apparel from all members of prolific, not just
That's awesome.
not just one person. So you'll have the Tyree Taylor Big Boy from Brooklyn t-shirt, you'll have the Rufus Lala apparel, you'll have the New Gold Standard Marcus Marquise t-shirt, you'll have AR Jones, the Waz Brothers like apparel, you'll have my stuff. So nothing's gonna be excluded. Everyone's gonna have like stuff that are like near and dear to prolific. Like for instance, I you see me with the bandana, so we'll have Wolf bandanas on there. Marcus with his shades. They'll have Wolf like Marcus shades. Ty Wolf like do rags or like a lot of things that are close to everybody and stuff like that. So we are working on that, and that hopefully is a project that is actually finished within hopefully by the end of this year.
All right. What about any hats, man? Any prolific hats?
We are actually working. That is a AR Jones Waz brother thing. He is also the owner of Your Sports Show, and that is something that he is actually his collaboration, his like creativity. He's been doing stuff like that for quite some time, so it's great to have him a part of the family and stuff like that. But in regards to a customized prolific hat, that's definitely got to talk to.
Okay. All right. I'm a big hat guy.
I got you.
I have hair. I just like to wear hats.
I understand.
Some people think I'm bald, but I'm not bald. Like, I get it. All right. Man, places you want to go to that you haven't been to yet.
The West Coast.
The West Coast. All right. Any destinations spring to mind for you?
Oh man, West Coast Pro, Defy Wrestling, FSW, Future Stars of Wrestling out in Vegas, Emerge Wrestling, It like AAW, Chicago Style Wrestling. Damn, freelance. Honestly speaking, I'm like I've taken over the South. I've taken over Florida. I've done the whole New England area. I'm from New York, so I've definitely done that. It's like and I've been abroad. I've been overseas, and it's crazy to me because I've been overseas before I've been to the West Coast. This is how you know it's like that is a closed market. Like if you ain't from here, you ain't gonna get booked here, type of thing and stuff like that. So it's like I would love to break into that culture and into that market.
What about higher up? What about Canada?
I've been to Canada. I've wrestled in Canada. I've wrestled in Canada at Super Kicked out in Toronto. Like they had like this I don't like this Albert Hall type of atmosphere, and it was like this crazy concert hall, and it was just like it was dope. And then downtown Toronto was like fire. So I was like, it was a hell of a drive. It was 8-hour drive from New York there, and I did that drive straight, like going there. So I was like, coming back, nah. And that was a crazy weekend because it was Super Kick Canada, Pro Wrestling Magic Saturday, and then CZW Sunday.
Wow, man, you've had a hectic schedule, man. You've been all over, man. I'm very impressed. That's good stuff. Really good stuff. Congratulations on that, man.
Thank you.
So what is your end goal? Like where do you want to see yourself?
On the big screen, of course.
Which company is the one that this is the one I want to be at?
Honestly, I would say that is a pigeonhole question right there. Because I don't want to pigeonhole myself to say I just want to work at one place and stuff like
Right.
that. I want to work at a place that's going to allow me to just be creative and allow me to just showcase what I do best in and out the ring. And that's also going to put me in a financial standards where all of a sudden, like, yeah, my family is going to be good
They taken care of, yeah.
for the next generation, as well as having the opportunity of owning my own house. So all I got to do is pay for the property tax.
Right.
Uh,
I
but
hear you that.
yeah, but I'm like, I also want to be at a place where I know, like, yo, I can enjoy all the hard work, all the like, damn, they're like 10 to 20, 30 years in this industry, like comfortably.
Okay.
So that's pretty much what I look for, and to have the opportunities to do projects outside of wrestling. So it's also a dope alternative if given that opportunity.
Okay. All right. Let me see. How about match you haven't been in yet? Type of match, gimmick match that you want to be in.
Hmm. Like the only gimmick match I haven't had was Cage of Death at CZW.
Okay.
I've done last man standings. I've done ladders. I've done I quits. I've done hardcore. I've had those type of, like, I feel like I got that out of my system early in my career. So all I have to worry about now is just like just telling great stories and just
Story.
delivering the best performances I can. But in regards to like gimmick matches, I haven't done Cage of Death just yet. And I don't think anyone would expect me to do that. But I feel like wrestling is full of surprises, and if it's golden line and an opportunity to showcase my diversity, then it's like
Right.
maybe.
Okay. We got some questions for you. Angel says, "What projects out of wrestling would you want to do?"
I know this might seem far fetched, but I want to do an action comedy with John Cena.
Hey man, I'd want to do an action comedy with John Cena too. So
I was literally just thinking about that. I was making my coffee one morning. I was like, yeah,
uh,
that'd be dope. I could do an action comedy with John Cena, like, cause you got The Rock and Kevin Hart. So I was like, what would be kind
right.
of dope to do an action comedy? Isaiah Wolf, John Cena, things about to get real, and it's like, yeah. So I was like,
Oh
um,
man, I love it.
I was like, yeah, but I'll probably go back to do like a few stand up shows. Before I actually got into wrestling, I was doing stand up comedy.
Oh,
So
that's all.
yes,
That's
I want
great.
to see how it feels to go back on stage and just see if I still got it. I'm like, it's just like wrestling. You gotta train for it and stuff like that, and it
Right.
is daunting. But have the opportunity to go back on stage will be actually something I would look forward to down the line.
All right. Robert's got a question from you, and he's from
Robert,
down south. He says, "What about going south to Pro South, EPW, or Memphis?"
I have no problem going down south. I'm just like, yo, I love the southern style of wrestling because it's storytelling, it's hard hitting, and all of a sudden they love the authenticity of being real down there. Like, not saying that they don't like that up here and whatnot, but
Right.
all of a sudden it's meats and potatoes down there, and that's kind of like my roots in a sense like that. So I have no problem if the opportunity presents itself to wrestle down south again. I'll definitely do it in a heartbeat.
All right, Robert, put the word in for Isaiah. All right, tell
It's
him to bring him down
definitely.
south. Now, Satanta Fury just joined us on Instagram. He's watching, man. What are some words for Satanta that you have?
Look out for the knee.
Look out for the
Look out for the knee. I'm just like
yikes.
that is it. I'm just like, just I told these fellows before. I'm just like, yo, I'm on a mission, and all of a sudden my priorities and my attention span is and I have that tunnel vision. And I'm like, and I'm going to get what I want to get to, but by any means, no matter who I got to go through to get that. If it's in their best interest to just get the hell out the way, focus on some other things because you're not stopping from getting what I got to get, and that's that fusion title.
That's it. That's the goal. The Fusion
Yeah,
Championship
fusion
this
champion.
Saturday, NYWC. Get your tickets now. Don't
Hell
wait.
yeah.
Just get them now.
Just
It's
good.
going to be a great card, Isaiah. I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm gonna be
you got
there. I'm gonna
you're
be
going to
there.
be there. Amity LeVay is going to be there, who's a little unhinged. She's facing Mimi. Sal Savelli's taking on Papadon. It's going to be a
Yep.
great show.
Yeah. I'm like, but the key component to this show, is on your show right now. I'm gonna be there. I can see
That's
Isaiah Memphis.
Memphis and
Yes.
EPW. Yeah,
I'm like, just like, yo, me in Memphis is gonna be amazing. I'm kneeing and giving people the sweet tooth. I'm gonna give me some ribs. I'm gonna listen to some blues. I'm like, my gosh. I'm like, yo,
man.
can you not see it now? Isaiah Wolf with some cowboy boots or some blue suede shoes. Sexy.
Blue
I
suede shoes. That's right. I want to go to Memphis too. Can I come?
got it.
Can EPW bring me down too, or Memphis Wrestling?
It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing.
I've been invited to go down, so I'm planning something next year. So we'll see.
Oh yeah, like shoot, I hope I'm on the card when you go down there, so we
Yeah,
hopefully you can see me wrestle in blue suede shoes.
I'll,
Like,
Isaiah Wolf in blue suede shoes. I can see it now. The Instagram post.
most definitely.
Isaiah, tell me what you hope to do in the rest of 2024, and we'll wrap this up.
Um, More gold. I want to hold at least 2 to 3 more titles outside of the title I hold now, and that's the Pro Wrestling All World Heavyweight title. Might I add that I made a world title when I defended it in Holland.
Really?
Yep. You know what? Give me 1 second.
You,
Let's make this.
you get you get pull that out. All right, let's go.
Cause I feel nice, and I gotta say it twice. All right, cool.
I love
I
titles, man.
defended this bad boy, the Pro Wrestling R heavyweight title in the Netherlands, in Holland, and because I did
Wow.
such a good ass job at doing it, and all of a sudden, like making it its own legacy and pretty much raising the bar at Pro Wrestling R in regards to like my talent in this title, we upgraded it again. Cause that was the version 2 title. Now we upgraded it to a version 3, the Pro Wrestling
Wow.
World Heavyweight title. You see,
That's a
like when you
beautiful.
do the things that I do, all of a sudden you can have management upgrade belts. So it's like
That's a beautiful title. I love that. I love
I
titles.
appreciate it. Oh man, thank you.
I, I got my own title. I got the 23/6 YouTube Heavyweight Championship right here.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm like I hope you don't try and like both that around because like I said, I'm trying to get more than one belt around this
Whoa,
race
whoa.
in
Listen,
2024.
you focus on the Fusion title. Don't worry about that title. Ladies and gentlemen, Isaiah Wolf, thank you for joining me on the podcast tonight. And make sure you go see him this Saturday at NYWC. Make sure you get your tickets. That's the main event, Sal Savelli versus Poppin' On. And then Isaiah's match right there with A1G, Satanta Fury, Travis Jacobs. And the winner will go face the one and only Giorgio Lawrence for the Fusion Championship.
I'm
Now,
taking it.
now, if you take that title, make sure you tell him to change his attitude.
I'm gonna straighten that out. You gotta worry about that. I got that.
All right. As for me, I got a lot going on, man. I got NWA week next week. As I said earlier, the COO, Joe Galley's coming on to talk to me next week, next Tuesday.
You might if you're gonna be in the 2300 arena area, you actually might see me at NWA.
Ooh,
Yeah,
breaking
so
news.
maybe we
Maybe.
don't know. I know I'm gonna be there. What I'm gonna do there,
It's
you
another
know,
story.
that's another story.
All right. Also joining me is the country gentleman, AJ and Casey Kazana. The Kazanas are coming back on the podcast. My friends. Can't wait to have them on. Man, I got a lot of stuff going on. I have Adriana Mosley, who's going to be in the Burke Invitational, joining me next Friday as well. So
Right.
we got some stuff working here. You know what I'm saying?
And when you talk to her, ask her about Samoan tacos. Say
Samoan tacos.
Ask her about Isaiah Wolf wants to know about those Samoan tacos.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll have to let her know. I also have Alvin Alvarez joining me on Monday. He's going to talk about that injury he sustained recently. And I have from NYWC Sean Wachter. He is going to be coming on and telling his story as he is battling once again with cancer, and it's going to be a touching episode. That's my friend, and it's going to be a rough one. But it's something he wants to do, and he wanted to come here and talk about it. So we'll see him tomorrow night. All right, Samoan tacos. Nah, that story I gotta hear. That's gonna be one high-flying tough match. Yikes! All right, this weekend I will be at Kaiju Pro Wrestling this Sunday as Tiffany Avatar takes on Nahir Robles for that Phoenix Championship. Can Nahir take the title away from Tiffany? So the only way to find out.
She
Go to
better.
Rumble in the Jungle in Connecticut. She better keep the title, right?
Now I'm talking about Tafani.
Uh,
That's the little sis. She better win.
She better win 100%. Sure lost another title. Speaking of which, I will be at Seaside Showdown 2 Tidal Wave Saturday, August 24th. So if you're in New Jersey, go to Titan Championship Wrestling. Go to Seaside Heights. If you're in New York, go to NYWC and go see everybody there. It's going to be a loaded weekend for wrestling, Isaiah.
Oh, yeah. It is.
100%. What's up, Matt Awesome? How are you, bud? All right, Isaiah. Thank you for joining me on the podcast. Hold on for a minute, everybody else. I will be back in a few short minutes with Gio Savage from MCW.
All right.
Stay